Hi, today I'm reviewing the BIOSSANCE Squalane Mineral SPF 45. And really quick, I just want to say I purchased all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And I just want to thank everyone for all their support of the channel. I really appreciate it, and you help keep this channel independent and help me continue to do reviews that are very personal and giving my opinion without getting any products for free, which in my opinion sometimes can kind of shade the review. So anyway, so I am doing lots of different SPF reviews. With summer coming up, it's very important to always use an SPF. It's important to do it year-round, but especially even more so in the summer to be even more diligent about it. So BIOSSANCE introduced this sunscreen recently, so I thought it was good to do a good review of it. So I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts. So my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a nice job of packaging this in an opaque tube with a pump bottle. So I love that. So it's pretty easy to dispense, and it also protects the good antioxidants in here from light and air, and also makes it easier to dispense cleanly and easily. So they've done a very nice job with the packaging. I love this. I wish more companies would go with a packaging like this with the pump on. It makes it very easy. So I gave that a thumb up there. My second criteria is denatured alcohol, and this does not contain any of that at all. So also a very good thing. My third criteria is fragrance, and when you apply this, it doesn't have any noticeable scent. However, it does contain a couple of fragrant oils, one being bitter orange and the second being ginger root. They aren't very noticeable, and thankfully they are at the end of the ingredient list, so that's always a good thing. But the product would definitely be better without those, especially if you have very sensitive skin. Avoiding fragrance at all costs is a very good thing. So definitely be better without that. So I did give them a thumb down on that criteria. My fourth criteria is manufacturing location, and this doesn't say anywhere in the box or the tube. I went to the website and I couldn't find any information of that, although it does reference that the company was born in Berkeley, California, so I'm assuming it's made in the US. But I don't have any direct information, so if you know anything else about that, let me know. But I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, assuming that since it was born and created in Berkeley, that it is made in the US. So like I said, if you know anything else about that, let me know. Number 5 is ease of use, and I found this a little tricky to use because of the initial white cast this gives off. A little bit goes a long way, but I did have a white cast that was pretty noticeable. And the other thing is, if you have super dry skin and you use a lot of moisturizers before you apply your makeup and foundation, this was a little tricky to apply without having a lot of pilling of the moisturizer underneath. So I found this wasn't the easiest to use. You definitely need to rub it in for quite a while. So it was a little tricky, and it's probably because it's a mineral sunscreen and not a chemical one. The nice thing is there is a little bit of a glow to this once you do rub it in. Some people might not like that so much, but yeah, it's a little tricky. After you use it for a couple weeks, you'll kind of get the hang of it. But the first few days I used this, I wasn't quite used to having to rub something in that much to make it less of a white cast. So a little bit tricky there. So number 6 is the antioxidants, and this does have some antioxidants in here. Obviously has squalane, which is a good hydration, and it also has vitamin E, which is always very good. So it's good that they've included some hydration, because sometimes the mineral sunscreen factor can kind of cause things to be a little dry, and this didn't make my skin feel dry in the least, so that was a good thing that they've added some of those in there. Number 7 is animal testing, and the company claims to be cruelty-free. There's a question on their website that says, are their products vegan or animal testing? And their website response is, BIOSSANCE products contain no animal ingredients or byproducts in the manufacturing process or final product, and no animal testing is involved in any part of the process. So I assume that to mean they're cruelty-free, and after doing some searching online, that was the most information I could find, so I gave them a thumb up for that. I'm giving them also the benefit of the doubt there. So if you know any more or have any more information about that, please let me know. Sometimes it's hard to discern because there's a lot of companies that are shady and they want to make it sound like they're not animal testing, but they are. So they put a big long disclaimer that all of our ingredients aren't animal tested and no part of the product, you know, but then the final product is tested, or they end up selling in China or things like that. So it was a little iffy to me, but anyway, like I said, if any of you guys know anything specific, let me know, and I can definitely update the information. So number 8 is performance, and I really like the fact that it's an SPF 45, so it's a little bit more than the 30. It seems like a lot of products tend to go the other way, like they do like an SPF of 20 or a little bit under a 30. I like the fact that they went a little bit above and beyond, then a little bit more than the 30, and that they did a 45, so that's a good thing. So I really liked that fact about it, so I gave them a thumb up on performance. So they did a good job there. And I like the mineral sunscreen, especially if you have sensitive skin. Mineral sunscreen with zinc or titanium dioxide is usually the way to go, because some of those chemicals can cause your skin to be a little irritated, some of the avobenzone and things like that. So always a good thing. Number 9 is the price, and it's $39, and the tube is 1.7 ounces. So a lot of sunscreens you'll notice is they can be a little bit pricey, and they'll have like 1 ounce. That's kind of the amount that a lot of sunscreens are. And I like that this is $39 and you get 1.7 ounces. And obviously, as you can see, a little bit of this goes a very long way. So I gave them a thumb up there. And then number 10 is the it factor, and I didn't give them a thumb up there. There's just nothing overly exciting about this. It's a pretty solid mineral sunscreen, obviously SPF 45. I wish there wasn't the white cast in there, but if you can get it to blend in and have the patience to do that in the morning, I think you'll like that, and you'll definitely have your skin very protected from the sun rays, especially it being an SPF 45. And if you use a good solid foundation, most of that white cast will probably be covered up by a foundation anyway. So, but if you don't tend to wear a lot of makeup and are more of a minimalist, I'm not sure that this is going to be something you want to walk around with the white cast. Even you can see it on my hand, it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a pale look than it already is. So, but it's decent. So overall, on my scale of 1 to 10, they got a 6 out of 10, which is decent. Had they done a couple things differently, they probably could have gotten a little bit better, like removing that bitter orange oil in there. That's not a good thing, but I like the fact that it's an SPF 45, and I like the packaging, and the brand seems to be pretty decent. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not, and if so, what your thoughts were. I checked the ratings of this on Sephora, and it seems to have very good ratings. Some people noticed a little bit too much of a glow factor with this, but for me, it was more of the white cast, but I always wear a foundation over it anyway. But once you use this for a few days, you kind of get used to really blending it in. So anyway, definitely one worth checking out on the list. So anyway, so leave a comment if you have any more information about manufacturing location and cruelty-free. Let me know that as well. So thank you so much, guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. Check out nobsbeauty.net, and also check the Amazon link below. Thank you so much, guys.